Welcome back to Voice of Compassion. We often measure our worth by what others say about us. If they praise us, we feel valuable. If they ignore us, we feel worthless. But is our value really determined by the opinions of others, or is it something deeper, something unchanging? Today, on Voice of Compassion, we meet Ren, a young monk struggling with feelings of worthlessness. His master gives him a simple, rough stone and sends him on a journey to the market, a museum, and a gem shop. Through this journey, Ren discovers a life-changing truth. The stone never changed, but its value did, depending entirely on who was looking. Open your heart and let's listen to the story of the value of a stone. Story 14, The Value of a Stone. Part 1, The Young Monk. The test begins. Market plus Museum. Introduction, a heart that felt small. The temple sat on a quiet hillside where clouds moved slowly and pine trees whispered in the wind. It was a peaceful place. But peace on the outside does not always mean peace inside. A young monk lived there. His name was Ren. Ren was still new to the path. He wore a simple robe. He carried water from the well. He swept the stone steps each morning. He bowed in the prayer hall and tried to keep his mind calm. But lately, Ren felt heavy, not in his body, in his heart. It began with small thoughts. I'm not good at meditation. I'm too weak. I don't understand like the others. Then the thoughts grew darker. I don't matter. If I disappeared, no one would notice. What value do I have? Ren tried to push these thoughts away. He chanted. He worked harder. He smiled when others spoke to him. But when night came and the temple became quiet, the thoughts returned. They sat beside him like cold shadows. One evening, after the last bell, Ren sat alone behind the prayer hall. The sky was grey with late clouds. The air smelled of wet stone. Ren's eyes filled with tears he did not want. He whispered into the dark, "What is wrong with me?" His chest felt tight. He felt like a pebble on the road, stepped on, ignored, forgotten. After a long time, he stood and walked toward the master's room. The master of the temple was an old monk named Master Jinsen. He was not loud, he was not dramatic, but when he walked, the temple felt calmer. When he spoke, people listened, not because he demanded respect, but because his presence was steady. Ren knocked softly. A gentle voice came from inside. "Come in." Ren entered. The room was simple, a small lamp, a low table, a few scrolls on the wall, a kettle that smelled faintly of tea. Master Jinsen sat calmly, folding cloth. He looked up and saw Ren's face. His eyes softened. Ren bowed, but his bow was shaky. "Master," Ren whispered, "I feel worthless." The words fell out like stones. Master Jinsen did not react with surprise. He did not scold. He did not rush to fix Ren. He only nodded slowly as if he had heard this pain before. Ren's voice trembled. "I try," he said. "I work. I meditate, but I feel like I have no value. I feel like I don't belong anywhere." Master Jinsen studied him gently. Then he reached beside him and picked up a small cloth bag. He opened it and poured something into his palm. A stone. It was not shiny, not beautiful, just a small, rough-looking stone, grey with tiny lines of white, about the size of a plum. Master Jinsen placed the stone in Ren's hand. It felt cool and heavy. "Tomorrow morning," the master said softly, "you will take this stone into town." Ren blinked. "The stone?" he asked. Master Jinsen nodded. "Go first to the market," he said. "Hold the stone in your hand. Let people see it. Ask what they would give for it." Ren listened carefully. Then Master Jinsen's voice became firmer, still gentle but clear. "Crucial rule," he said. "Do not sell it, no matter what they offer. You will only listen, then you will come back." Ren swallowed. "Yes, master," he said. Master Jinsen continued. "After the market," he said, "go to the old museum near the square, or the antique shop if the museum is closed. Show them the stone. Ask what they would offer." Ren looked down at the stone, confused. I still do not sell it?" he asked. Master Jinsen nodded. "Do not sell it," he repeated. "Just come back." Ren bowed again. He did not understand. But something in the master's calm voice made him feel safer. As if there was a path through his darkness, even if he could not see it yet. That night, Ren slept lightly. The stone sat beside his mat like a silent companion. Market scene. Junk in the morning, Ren walked down the hill toward town. Mist still hugged the fields. The air was cold. His breath made small clouds. The stone rested in his palm inside his robe. It felt heavier than it should, not in weight, in meaning. When Ren reached the town, the market was already awake. Voices called out from stalls. Metal bowls clinked. Chickens flapped in basket. The smell of vegetables and fish mixed with smoke from cooking fires. People moved quickly, bargaining, laughing, shouting. Ren felt out of place, quiet among so much noise. He stepped toward a vegetable stall where a man was weighing potatoes. Ren bowed politely. "Excuse me," Ren said. "May I ask, what would you offer for this stone?" He opened his hand and showed it. The seller squinted. He picked it up and turned it over once. Then he shrugged. "It's a stone," he said. Ren nodded, keeping his voice steady. "Yes," he said. "What would you offer?" The man laughed. "I'd give you 1 copper coin," he said, "to use it as a paperweight." Another seller nearby leaned over. "I'll give 2, he said, smiling, "if it helps you hold down cloth in the wind." A woman holding a basket glanced at it and shook her head. "Why would anyone buy a stone?" she muttered. Someone else shouted, "Throw it back on the road!" Ren's cheeks warmed with embarrassment. Their words felt like the thoughts in his own mind. Junk, nothing, worthless. Ren held the stone tighter. He wanted to pull his hand back and hide it, but he remembered the master's rule, do not sell it, just come back. So, Ren simply nodded. "Thank you," he said softly. He walked deeper into the market. He asked again and again. The answers changed slightly, but the feeling stayed the same. 1 coin, 2 coins, a laugh, a shrug. Some people did not even look. Ren's chest tightened. He felt like he was holding himself up for sale, and the world was saying, "Not worth much." Ren stood near a stall for a moment, breathing slowly. Then he looked at the stone again. Under the market's dirty sunlight, it looked plain, even dull. Ren whispered to himself, "Maybe I am like this stone. Maybe I only look worthless because I'm in the wrong place." He took a slow breath and walked on. Museum, antique shop scene. Interesting. The museum near the square was small and quiet. Its doors were open, and inside the air smelled of old wood and dust. Ren stepped inside, grateful to leave the shouting market behind. A curator sat at a desk, writing. He looked up when Ren entered. Ren bowed. "Excuse me," Ren said. "I was told to ask, what would you offer for this stone?" He opened his hand. The curator's eyes narrowed, not with dismissal, with interest. He stood and came closer. He did not grab the stone quickly. He looked first. Then he asked, "May I?" Ren nodded. The curator took the stone gently, turning it under the light. He ran his thumb over a line in the surface. He tilted it to see how the patterns changed. "This is," he murmured. Ren's heart beat faster. The curator walked toward a window where the light was better. He studied the stone again, longer this time. Then he turned back. "Where did you find this?" he asked. Ren remembered the master's instruction. Listen, do not sell, come back. It was given to me, Ren said softly. The curator nodded, still thinking. This may not be rare, he said, but it has an interesting pattern. It could be a piece from an older sculpture, or a stone used for carving. He looked at Ren carefully. I could offer you, he paused, calculating, 10 silver coins. Ren's eyes widened. 10 silver coins was a lot more than 2 copper coins. The number itself felt like a warm shock in his chest. The curator leaned in slightly. I could display it, he said, or send it to a craftsman to examine. It has a kind of quiet beauty. Ren's fingers trembled. Part of him wanted to say yes. 10 silver coins could buy rice for the temple, could buy warm cloth, could make life easier. But the master's rule rose clearly in his mind like a bell. Do not sell it, just come back. Ren bowed. Thank you, he said, but I cannot sell it. The curator blinked. You cannot, he repeated. Ren shook his head gently. No, he said, I was told only to ask. The curator looked surprised, then curious. Well, he said slowly, if you ever change your mind, return here. Ren bowed again. He took the stone back, holding it carefully now. Outside, the town noises returned, but they felt different. Ren looked at the stone in his palm. It had not changed. Still grey, still rough. And yet, something had changed. The way eyes saw it, the way value appeared. Ren's mind grew quiet with a new question. If the stone did not change, what else in my life could change? Simply by changing where I place myself? He turned and began walking back toward the temple. He still had one more place to visit, one more scene, one more test. Story 14, The Value of a Stone. Part 2, The Gem Merchant. The Fortune, plus the Master's Lesson, plus Reflection. The last stop, the Gem Merchant. Ren did not go back to the temple yet. The Master had said market, then museum, then come back. But Ren felt something inside him pushing gently forward. If the market saw junk, and the museum saw beauty, then what else might this stone be? So he walked farther into town, toward a quieter street. The busy market sounds faded behind him. The air changed. Here, the shops were smaller and calmer. The signs were neater. The people walked more slowly. At the end of the street, there was a shop with a wooden door and a small bell. Above the door was a simple sign. Gems, gold, rare stones. Ren stopped. His heart beat faster. He wiped his palms on his robe and stepped inside. The room smelled of cedar and old paper. Glass cases held rings and small stones that caught the light. A single lamp hung above the counter, shining like a warm moon. Behind the counter sat a man with careful eyes, not loud eyes, sharp, quiet eyes, the eyes of someone who had looked at many stones and learned to see what others miss. The man lifted his head. Welcome, he said calmly. How can I help you? Ren bowed. Excuse me, Ren said. I was asked to show this stone and ask what it might be worth. He opened his hand. The merchant did not laugh. He did not shrug. He did not speak quickly. He simply looked. And the room became very still. The merchant's eyes narrowed slightly. His face leaned forward as if pulled by curiosity. May I? He asked. Ren nodded. The merchant took the stone with 2 fingers gently, like holding something that could be fragile. He turned it once, then again. Then he paused, eyes fixed on one small line in the surface. His expression changed. Not excitement yet, but attention. He reached below the counter and pulled out a small lens. A jeweler's lens. He brought it to his eye and lifted the stone under the lamp.
The light hit the stone and revealed hidden colors, tiny sparks inside the gray. The merchant's breathing slowed. Then his eyes widened. He lowered the lens and stared at Ren. "Where did you get this?" he asked quietly. Ren remembered the master's rule.
"It was given to me," Ren said softly. "I was told only to ask, not to sell." The merchant did not answer right away. He lifted the lens again and looked longer. His hands were steady, but his face showed a small shock. Finally, he set the stone down on a velvet cloth. His voice became very careful. "This is not an ordinary stone," he said. Ren's throat felt dry. "What is it?" Ren asked. The merchant pointed to a small line inside the rock. "This," he said softly, "appears to be a raw gemstone. Uncut, unpolished, still wearing the skin of the mountain." He looked at Ren as if testing if he understood. Ren did not, but he could feel the weight of the moment. The merchant continued. "Many people would throw this away," he said, "because they see only the outside." He tapped the stone lightly. "But inside," he whispered, "inside is value." Ren's chest tightened. The merchant reached for a small scale and weighed the stone. Then he looked at Ren again.
"I will offer you a fortune for this," he said. Ren blinked. Fortune?" he repeated. The merchant nodded. He named a number so large Ren could not even picture it. Enough to buy land, enough to build a new roof for the temple, enough to live in comfort for many lifetimes. Ren's knees felt weak. His mind spun. "Is this real?" The merchant leaned closer, voice low, serious. "I will pay you today," he said, "in gold. And I will add more if you agree now." Ren's fingers trembled. He felt temptation like heat in his belly. He could change everything. He could stop feeling small. He could be seen. He could be important. But then a quiet bell rang inside him. The master's words. "Do not sell it. Just come back." Ren swallowed and bowed. "Thank you," he said, voice shaking. "But I cannot sell it." The merchant stared, stunned. "You cannot?" he repeated, almost laughing in disbelief. "Do you understand what I'm offering?" Ren nodded slowly. "I understand," he whispered.
"But I was told not to sell it." The merchant leaned back, studying Ren as if Ren was now the rare thing. After a long silence, he sighed. "You are wise to keep it," he said quietly. "Or perhaps you are under a vow." Ren bowed again. "I must go," he said. The merchant carefully placed the stone back into Ren's palm. As the stone touched Ren's skin, Ren felt something new. Not pride, not greed, something softer, like respect. Not from the merchant, from inside himself. Ren stepped out of the shop into the open air. The world looked the same, but Ren felt different. He walked back toward the temple, holding the stone like a secret truth. Returning to the master. The path up the hillside was quiet. Birds called from pine branches. Wind moved through bamboo. Ren's feet were tired, but his mind was awake. At the temple gate, Ren bowed, then walked quickly to Master Jinsen's room. He knocked. "Come in," the master said. Ren entered and bowed deeply. He held the stone out with both hands. Master Jinsen looked at Ren's face before he looked at the stone. "Tell me," the master said softly, "what happened?" Ren sat down on the floor, still breathing a little fast. He spoke slowly, step by step, like telling a dream. "In the market," Ren said, "they offered 1 or 2 copper coins. They laughed. They said it was junk." Master Jinsen nodded. Ren continued. "In the museum," he said, "the curator studied it carefully. He offered 10 silver coins. He said it had quiet beauty." Master Jinsen nodded again. Ren's voice became smaller as he reached the last scene. "And at the gem merchant," Ren whispered. He used a lens. He looked shocked. He offered a fortune. Ren's eyes lifted to the master's face. Ren's voice trembled. Master, he said, the stone did not change, but the value changed, depending on where I placed it, depending on who was looking. Master Jinsen's eyes softened with warmth. He gestured gently for Ren to place the stone on the table. Ren did. The stone sat there, plain and silent. Then Master Jinsen spoke. The lesson. Ren, the master said quietly, you came to me feeling worthless. Ren lowered his eyes. The master continued. You thought your value was small, he said, because you were listening to voices that could not see you. Ren's chest tightened. The master lifted the stone and turned it in his palm. In the market, he said, people looked quickly. They saw only what they needed in that moment. A paperweight, a tool, something small. He placed the stone down again. In the museum, the master said, someone looked longer. They saw pattern, they saw history, they saw beauty. Then the master's voice became even softer. And the gem merchant, he said, looked deepest. He had the eyes to see what was hidden. Ren listened, still as the room around him. Master Jinsen leaned forward slightly. Your value, he said slowly, is not decided by the loudest crowd. He tapped the table gently, once. It is not decided by people who look at you for 1 second, he said. And it is not decided by people who only want to use you. Ren's breathing slowed. Master Jinsen's words felt like warm tea in a cold chest. Your value, the master continued, depends on where you place yourself. And who is looking? He paused. Then he added very gently, and most of all, it depends on how you look at yourself. Ren's eyes filled with tears. Not tears of pain now, tears of relief. Because he suddenly saw his own mistake. He had been carrying market eyes inside his head. He had been treating himself like junk. He had been living in the wrong environment, inside and outside. Master Jinsen continued. If you stay with those who only see your surface, he said, you will start to believe you are only surface. Ren nodded, trembling. But if you place yourself among those who see your heart, the master said, you will remember your true worth. Ren whispered, how do I do that, master? All Master Jinsen smiled faintly. Choose your environment, he said. Choose your friends. Choose the voices you listen to. He touched his chest lightly. And also, he said, choose your inner voice. He looked at Ren with kindness. Do not measure your worth by noise, he said. Measure it by truth. Ren bowed deeply. Thank you, he whispered. The stone sat between them, quiet and unchanged. Yet Ren felt like his whole life had shifted. Reflection. And now, dear listener, maybe you have felt like Ren, like you don't matter, like you are not enough, like you are just ordinary. Sometimes this feeling comes because we are standing in the wrong market, a place where people do not see us, a place where we are used, not valued, a place where our heart is ignored, and sometimes the wrong market is inside our own mind, a voice that talks to us with cruelty, a voice that laughs, a voice that calls us junk. But the truth is, your value is real, even if someone cannot see it. And
a diamond does not become a diamond only when someone finds it. It is already there. So tonight, be gentle with yourself. Place yourself where your soul can breathe. Stay near people who look with care, near spaces that feel safe, near moments of silence where you can remember who you are. And when the world forgets your worth, return to yourself, like Ren returning to the master, because you are not junk, you are not a mistake, You are not a price tag. You are a life. And life has value. Rest now. Let that truth settle softly into your heart. The end. And so Ren realized that he was not worthless. He was simply in the wrong market. This story leaves us with a powerful reminder. Do not let the inability of others to see your value make you doubt yourself. If you are in a place where you are not appreciated, do not be angry. Do not shrink. Just remember the stone. Sometimes you just need to change where you are standing and who you are letting hold your heart.
Thank you for finding your worth with Voice of Compassion. If this story helped you see your own light today, please share it with someone who needs to be reminded of their value. You are precious. Never forget that. Goodbye.